This collective group that I am feeling in my heart right now are so adorable, so cute, like a fairy. No matter what gender you identify as, it's this very innocent yet playful and mischievous energy, misunderstood energy, connection to nature and animals and the spirit of everything, plants, trees. You feel a divine connection to the earth around you, birds, clouds, the sun, the moon. You've been through so much and you've almost relied on Pachamama, on Mother Earth, in moments. In moments you felt like animals were there for you when humans weren't, or the trees were when humans weren't. I get this feeling that this collective saw a side of life from a lens that was so playful and that might have made them come off naive or not intelligent, but it's almost like this connection to nature, their inner child playing outside. This kept them aligned with their higher self, their path. It might not have matched somebody else's 9 to 5 moving up in the company mindset, but this is how this collective felt that they were standing in their most authentic power and their most authentic version of themselves, and they never stepped out of alignment with that connection to nature, and it led them here, okay? This collective that I am feeling, my stomach, this collective that I'm feeling is going through a massive identity upgrade, remembering who they are, remembering their mission, remembering their calling, removing any blockages between their body, mind, and spirit, knowing that everything is coming truly from their soul. This collective has always felt that they loved harder than they received back. And it's because their form of loving was not your average orthodox way of loving. Their way of loving was sending you glitter and energy and praying for you and just thinking about you in a loving light. This collective has been overlooked, pushed to the side, demonized, made out to be something they're not because of their explorative ways, because they were so trusting of the universe that they are in, of their reality, that they went to far galaxies, far dimensions, and they were probably a little weird to the average person. This person trusts their soul so much. If this isn't you, then this might be somebody around you and it might be reminding you of them. This might be just for you to get a larger understanding of said person, but you would know who this is because they are somebody that is very connected to the divine, connected to this creation, and they speak highly of the creator and of their own creativity as well. This collective was exposed to the darkness at a young age, which is why they were so able to explore the light. They might have seen scary movies or demented videos online. They might have been told to watch something from the friends or from the people around them that exposed them to something very dark, menacing, but it's almost like knowing about the darkness is the reason why this person was so able to see the light as well, like the yin and the yang. As far as your roots go into this reality, that is how high your consciousness goes on the other end. So the more that you travel through the darkness, the more that you can understand the light. This person, this collective, is an angel in disguise. They were sent here to hold space and hold light for those who are in the dark, and that's why they're so empathetic towards all walks of life. I feel this collective either has had or has that they're working through a lot of shame and guilt around how far they let themselves explore the dark. It's almost this uncomfortable acceptance, like, wow, I went to the darkness. I went so far. Paranormal things happened. Things that are unexplainable happened. I saw and experienced things that are insane. I've never heard of somebody going through this. This collective was called into their power, and they are an angel in disguise. They are here to hold the light through the darkest moments. They hold no fear. They transmuted their fear, so they know that everything is in alignment. Even those weird, bad trips they have in life, from drug use, recreationally, or just from sobriety, doesn't matter. This collective may have fallen into addiction or codependency on substances, marijuana, drinking, harder drugs, or escapism in romantic connections, never being with the self, always having their attention on the next thing, mania, always finding something to research, something to write about, going for a run, never feeling like they can slow down and be in silence with themselves. They might have even had an internal fear of being alone, away from everybody and just with themselves. They might have been afraid because of how much they had going on in their subconscious, may have been manifesting itself and materializing as demonic energy, but this was only in their subconscious mind screaming at them to be looked at. Their shadow was being unnoticed and pushed aside for so long, okay? And one of the reasons why this collective was more inclined to fall into addictive behaviors or codependent behaviors is because they felt entirely misunderstood by everybody in their reality. They separated themselves as a black sheep almost energy. Nobody gets me, nobody understands me. They might have been somebody's punching bag, whether it was a parent or siblings, or they felt like the world's punching bag, which made them isolate away from the rest of the world, and they created their own dimension in their mind because that is where they felt the safest. But what they didn't realize is that they were running away from reality and they were creating a fantasy world. And that's what they did. They created a world where everything was the way they wanted it in their mind, and that person, this collective, has woken up and realized that they were living in loops for so long and they were not connected to the world around them that entire time. The strangest part of this reading, of this energy I'm pulling, of this collective that will hear this later, or of the friends or family of this collective that will hear it later and then understand this collective, this person, this group of people that are like this better. This is going to give you a broader understanding of yourself or the people around you, is that this collective was seen as wise, as an old soul. They were seen as creative. They were seen as intelligent. They were seen as independent. They were never actually being looked down upon. What happened was this collective, this person, if you are resonating, then you felt like you knew things that you didn't know why you knew. You had this intimidating aura. You had this knowledgeable self, and other people did not feel like they acquired what you had. So then they attacked you rather than using you as a guide or a mentor. They degraded you. So this collective had no idea of the amount of intelligence, spiritual intelligence, emotional intelligence that they actually held within them. They ran away and they created their own world, and they didn't show the world their abilities and their gifts and their experiences, which now the world has no idea who this collective is because they hid away for so long. Now this collective feels like they're breaking out and they're seeing the truth about themselves and about everybody around them. It could be overwhelming, but because this collective is already so psychic, they're already so claircognizant, they are like, I know why it's all happening. I can't judge anybody because I know that's where they are at on their journey. But dang, I was really abused growing up. So now they're moving through this awakening, okay? This collective thought that they were doing a service to the world by going and hiding while they were meditating or having mental breakdowns, regardless, still purging their soul's density. This collective thought they were doing a service to everybody by going away while they shed, okay? Like a snake. They went and hid, and then they shed everything that they didn't want to carry, and now they're back, all right? Now they're back in the public eye, or they're back talking to family members. But now they're having to deal with all of the time that has passed, that they were hiding away, and they have regret that they are now working through because they didn't have life experiences with their loved ones, because they went through this huge shedding transformation, and they did it away from everybody else because they thought it was going to help everybody by going away. But what it actually did was it just put them in a lonesome world that they are now waking up to. And while this collective was shedding and was purging everything about their soul that wasn't going to come with them into their future, they might have come off irrecognizable. They might not have been recognizable to the people that loved them. They might have been acting out or being insane, having mad thoughts, just having toxic behaviors because they were releasing all of their blockages, and it was coming up as this manic not knowing what to do. So it's almost just like they needed this time to break away from everything they're not. But now this collective is awakened to who they are. If this is you, this is amazing. It might have taken a long time or felt like it took a long time. But what you're going to do now is you are going to hold so much space for the people who are going to move through what you've already moved through. And you're going to be able to actually genuinely hold space for them. Genuinely. And because this collective has always had this innate knowing that everything happens for a reason, this collective has a strong bond with God, with the Creator, with Source. They knew even in their darkest moments that there was a reason why those things were happening, and that eventually they would come out of it. Eventually they would come out of it stronger, like a warrior of spirit, a warrior of God, and an angel, an earth angel that will now be able to show up for the world, because they had to show up for themselves first. So if this is somebody that you love and you had no idea what they were going through, they were literally shedding ancestral curses and wounds so that nobody else had to go through it, so that when other people are going through it, that they can recognize it and hold space for them, so that that person doesn't do it alone. They did it alone, so nobody else has to do it alone. And I'm getting that this collective has had so many haters, and it's insane because this collective, this person is so non-judgmental, but they can feel the haters when they're being hated on. They know who their haters are, and even towards their haters, they're like, I know it's not their fault. I know it's because they don't see their own divinity. I know it's because they don't see their own light, their own gifts yet. But that collective prays for their haters. This collective knows that the more they send clarity to the haters, the more the haters will have to chip away at all that jealousy, chip away at all those blockages, their ego. And eventually those haters will become fam. Those haters will become soul tribe. In the end, we're all going to come together as a unit and love each other. And that is what this collective knew the entire time. That's why they never had fear. I am feeling intense for this collective because I understand the journey to have people that you love so much, people that you are so excited to spend your time around, all disappear just for you to know that your energy was what you were feeling that whole time. Every time you were having fun, every time you felt the magic, every time you felt that love, that frequency, it wasn't the people around you, it was you. This is what this collective was sent away to figure out, that it was always in here. Now that collective can come back out into the public eye and socialize again with their loved ones and know it was always coming from within. That God love, that compassion, that collective had it. They had to remember who they were, and they had to go away to do that. But now I feel that this collective, it is over. The isolation period is over, collective. You are fully integrated with yourself. You can come back out knowing your frequency, and you know what's yours and what's not. You know what thoughts belong to you and what thoughts are not yours. You know your discernment and you know other people's discernment. You know when your actions are coming from yourself in your highest power, and you know when you are shrinking yourself for others. You are now completely self-aware. You are completely conscious of your own body, mind, and spirit. And that's what this isolation period did for you. And you are now going to be able to fully show up in the world. And it all is coming together, and now you are going to be a way shower for those around you who are going to experience these dark night of the souls next. I love you. Thank you for listening, and